For you, one on the freeze in federal funding. Who advised the president on the legality of telling government agencies that they don't have to spend money that was already appropriated by Congress?
Well, as the OMB memo states, this is certainly within the confines of the law. So White House counsel's office believes that this is within the president's power to do it, and therefore he's doing it.
Okay, so they disagree with lawmakers who say that they don't have the power to freeze this funding.
Again, I would point you to the language in the memo that clearly states this is within the law.
And all that happened on Friday night. The administration fired several inspectors general without giving Congress the 30-day legally required notification that they were being fired. I think only 2 were left at DHS and the DOJ. And then yesterday we saw several prosecutors, I believe 12, fired from the Justice Department who worked on the investigations into the president. As you know, they are career prosecutors, therefore they are afforded civil service protections. How is the administration deciding which laws to follow and which ones to ignore?
So it is the belief of this White House and the White House counsel's office that the president was within his executive authority to do that. He is the executive of the executive branch, and therefore he has the power to fire anyone within the executive branch that he wishes to. There's also a case that went before the Supreme Court in 2020, Scala Law LLC versus the Customs, Bureau protection. I would advise you to look at that case, and that's the legality that this White House was resting on.
So you're confident that if they bring lawsuits against you, those prosecutors who were fired, that they will succeed?
We will win in court,
and
yes.
Did he personally direct this, given they worked on the classified documents investigation and the election interference investigation?
This was a memo that went out by the Presidential Personnel Office, and the president is the leader of this White House. So
it
yes.
did come from him.
Yes, it came from his.
Now ask yourself, if you had a Department of Justice stacked with bureaucrats loyal to your political opponents, prosecutors who spent years trying to take you down, wouldn't you clean house? President Trump did exactly what a strong executive is supposed to do. He removed hostile actors from his administration. And yes, he has every legal right to do that. The Supreme Court case she cited, Scala Law LLC versus Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, backs it up. The decision reaffirmed that the president has constitutional authority to remove executive branch officials at will. That case, by the way, was decided in 2020, and liberals loved it when it expanded Obama and Biden's power. But now that Trump is using the same precedent, they cry foul. Here's the reality. The president is the executive of the executive branch. If prosecutors and bureaucrats are working against the mission of the administration, or worse, undermining democracy under the guise of neutral investigations, they don't belong in government. Period. But the media doesn't care about facts or the law. They care about narrative. And you know, the narrative they're trying to push is that President Trump is out of control, abusing power, and attacking civil servants. They ignore the fact that civil service protections don't shield anyone from accountability. These prosecutors weren't being fired for doing their jobs. They were being fired for abusing their roles to wage lawfare against a sitting president. And the American people are sick of it. So if you're tired of media spin and deep state drama, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're just getting started.